we will do last but not least, brief chanting. So please sit in a comfortable position, and just like we did last Sunday, there'll be no guidance in between the meditation, and there'll be some guidance at the beginning only. So as you are now having your eyes closed, please lift your palms together on your lap and have your back straight and upright, with your shoulders dropped and with your chest open. And slowly bring your attention to the nostrils, where the incoming breath, that is the focal point of our mindful breath, because that is where you start, that's where you feel incoming and outgoing breaths. As breath occurs, you locate your breath, you feel your breath, both incoming and outgoing, at your nostrils. And then as you continue, first of all, you will dedicate the first couple of minutes to practicing deep breath on purpose to disconnect yourself from your surroundings, more especially, more importantly, to remove all mental and physical negativities, so that you can enter samatha, calm level of meditation, quicker and more easily. And as you continue, you stick to your own meditation techniques. I would like to say mostly level of based on your level of experience. And then some of you may some of you may go to vipassana straight. Was it in certain cases it may take longer to generate and enhance samatha. And then whenever pains and aches and arise, whenever you encounter inner and outer distractions, instead of getting agitated by them, getting disappointed by them, getting distracted by them, you may simply observe them and let them go as they come and go, as they rise and pass. And more importantly, consider it a blessing in disguise for you to practice vipassana. And then you can very easily dissolve those emotional or mental pains or dominances or bodily pains or aches that are dukkha's. And then as the bell goes on one more time, we will start our 45-minute long meditation. N-A-N-G-A-L-A, Nangala is plow, yoke and plow. So when the two draft animals are so joined by a yoke, and then you connect, and then you attach the plow, so that and then and that's what you use. That's why you use for ground breaking, for vegetation, for cultivation, for paddy plantation or rice plantation in rice fields. And then that is what yoga literally means. Even in the case of some of you, you may have used the word yoga, and you practice yoga, the physical practice, a lot. Probably this could be the first time in certain cases that you know that yoga literally means yoke. But now, when it comes to its psychological use, and Buddha uses 4 kinds of yogas, or 4 kinds of yokes. That is karma yoga or karma yoke, bhava yoga or bhava yoke, and ditti yoga or ditti yoke, and avijja yoga or avijja yoke. Now, karma, as you may know, is sensual pleasures, including carnal pleasure, carnal knowledge. And bhava is existence, our living, our continuation through different life forms in terms of rebirth, in terms of samsara. And ditti is views. And we did talk about types of views in our past dialogues. Ditti at this point is the wrong view, and avijja is ignorance. We have discussed these 4 terms, karma, bhava, ditti, and avijja, more or less in the same context, in many different talks and meetings and dialogue that we had in the past. But at this point, the whole point here is, now, just like 2 draft animals are yoked together by a yuga or a yoke, our selfhood is yoked together with the external world. At this point, the external world is the world that is based on our perception. If we use the term yoga at this point, or yoking together, our eyes remain yoked together with images, and our ears yoked together with sounds, and our nose yoked together with smell, and our tongue or palate, our taste buds yoked together with taste, and our skin yoked together with anything tangible, anything that the skin can feel. So that is, as a result, all our sense faculties remain fully engaged, fully occupied, and fully yoked together with perception. Now, that is the psychological meaning in a nutshell. And again, here, let's go through these terms one by one, given the short period of time that is available to us. So karma, again, pleasure, or sensual pleasure, or gratifying your sense faculties. And so based on in Pali, our sense faculties are called indriyas, a term which we discussed great many times in the past, indriya. And then indriyas remain yoked together, yoked with arammanas. Arammanas means sense objects. And then again, so eyes are the senses, and then images are the sense objects or aramanas, and so on and so forth. And then that is what we do in our day-to-day life. So that is our yoga. That is how our sense faculties remain, continually remain yoked together with, or yoked with pleasure seeking through our sense faculties, based on and how do we, where do we seek pleasure from the external world. What is the external world here? The world that is based on our perception. And perception is possible because of the interconnectedness or sanya between our sense faculties and sense objects. In other words, between our senses and the external world. And then, so that is how we remain, that is our business, that is our engagement, that is how we remain occupied all the time. That is the first yoga, or the first yoke of karma. And then hereafter, in the Buddhist psychological definition of yoga, you can use the word yoke, Y-O-K, yoke, instead of yoga. And second one is bhava. Bhava is all about, as you know, bhava is becoming and re-becoming. We become all the time. We at times force ourselves to become something, because we are not happy with the way we have become. And most of the time, we end up becoming something that we never want to become. And at times we force ourselves to become that we had imagined to become. As a result, we may even tend to fantasize our existence in the way that we want, against the way we have been, that we continue to become. So that here bhava means so that an aging person wants to stop aging, or to age better. And then as people hit middle age or old age, even someone's simple praise that they look much younger for their age is an unparalleled source of solace or relief. Then you immediately begin to think that you are much younger for your age. Aging is a big problem here in America, in the West. Of course, now it's becoming a universal problem elsewhere in the world as well. So that bhava is becoming and re-becoming. And then, so in terms of samsara, we were something else before becoming what we are right now in this world. We will continue to be something. We will continue to become something upon our death, and that is in terms of samsara. But within this lifetime, strictly in a strictly psychological sense, every moment based on our chitta viti, so chains of thought, we become something all the time in terms of our chetasikas, so emotions. When this moment you are happy, and the next moment you are angry. So being happy and being angry are opposite feelings. And then when you are happy, and when you are angry, then when you are now very different than when you were happy. So between two opposite feelings, you are, in terms of two different opposite feelings, you become a totally different person. And so that is what bhava is, and that is the yoke of bhava. The yoke, that is how we continue to remain occupied with the problem, with the problem, with the burden of becoming, becoming in terms of the way we becoming the way we want to become the way we want to become that very something that we had always wanted to be. But against our will, most of the time we fail to be what we want to be again. And the third one is ditti, view, and we did discuss that also in different contexts in the past. Ditti is view, and we hold different views. The view could be a personal view. We are multitasking and we represent different circles like professional, religious, social, etc. And then based on our affiliations, based on our upbringing, based on our belief systems, and we maintain certain views. And at this point, ditti it means how you get into trouble when you get yoked with a wrong view, how your own view become a building block to your inner peace. And then, by the way, all these terms, karma, bhava, ditti, and avijja, are used in have a negative connotation. They are not good ones. They are bad. They are negative ones. So that is ditti, view or wrong view, to say more, to be more particular, to more specifically mention. And the last one is avijja. Avijja is ignorance, not knowing. Avijja is the trickiest one of these four types of yogas or yokes, because as you have heard great many times in the past, avijja is the most difficult to grasp, most difficult to comprehend, because it's more like a background. It's more like a background tendency of the mind. Now, so now this is how we remain occupied during ourselves. That's how we keep ourselves occupied, and then we surrender. And then these four, and then Buddha has never spoken against the use of karma or the pleasure seeking. So when it based on in light of when it comes to the mainstream spiritual path, and even in on the worldly level, what is discouraged, where Buddha discourages is to not to exceed the limits, ethical and legal limits of your pleasure seeking. Otherwise, you may get into trouble with the justice system, with the legal system, and you would have violated the established moral principles and moral and legal norms, social norms. And then so that is what we are doing. That's what we do all the time, every moment. We remain engaged with karma or pleasure seeking, bhava, or with the struggle of becoming or striving to become what we want to be. And then with views that we hold, and with the ignorance that always puts us that can very easily put us on the wrong tracks. And that's all for this morning. Now I welcome questions, and those who want to ask some questions, please unmute yourself and ask. Thanks. Looks like there are no questions. Once again, remember, yoga, Y-O-G-A, yoga, here does not mean the physical exercise, that universal yoga thing that is very popular. So that, but psychological, but we use yoga here in a psychological sense, according to Buddhist psychology. So there are 4 types of yogas, and yoga again means here not the physical exercise, but but remain, but getting engaged in, or occupied with, or yoked together with 4 types of psychological building blocks that are called karma, or pleasure seeking, bhava, or the problem of aging, and then not being, our failure to become, to failure to be what we want to be, and then hold in views, and how views put us in, lead us to, take us to trouble, and avijja, ignorance, or our failure to make clear assumptions and conclusions. Thank you very much. Now it's time to listen to the brief chanting. Thank you once again for joining. Sorry, yes?
Yes. Is it possible for me to record? It said I'm supposed to ask permission.
You can do anytime, because our friend Shalinda, he puts everything on YouTube.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and he
But
will do that.
I don't have
You are
internet access all the time, so.
okay. Yeah, you are free to do that. Yes.
Okay, so I just push record and then does it ask you?
No, I have. It's open actually. I had given participants permission to record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll have to look on my hard drive. Maybe it did.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to Buddha. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. May Buddha our Lord keep you, Buddha our Lord protect you from all kinds of negative energies, planetary, social, earthly, and karmic. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko yehi passiko panayiko paccatthang veditappo vinyuhiti supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ඥායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුක්ඛලා ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන දුක්ඛා වූපසමෙන්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන භයා වූපසමෙන්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන රෝගා වූපසමෙන්තු තේ මහා කරුණිකෝ නාථෝ හිතාය සබ්බ පානිනං පූරෙත්වා පාරමී සබ්බා පත්තෝ සම්බෝධි මුත්තමං ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං Jayanto bodhiya mule sakyanang nandivattanu evanto yang jayo hotu jayasu jayamangalang sakkatva buddharatanang osadhang uttamang varang itam deva manussanang buddha tejena sottina nassantu paddava sabbe dukkha upasamentu te sakkatva dhammaratanang osadhang uttamang varang parilavupasamanang dhamma tejena sottina nassantu paddava sabbe bhayavupasaменtu te sakkatva sangharatanang osadhang uttamang varang ahuneyang pahuneyang sangatejena sottina nassantu paddava sabbe roga upasamentu te yang kinci ratanang loke vijjati vividha putu ratanang buddha samang natti tasma sotti bhavantu te yang kinci ratanang loke vijjati vividha putu ratanang dhamma samang natti tasma sotti bhavantu te yang kinci ratanang loke vijjati vividha putu ratanang sangha samang natti tasma sotti bhavantu te natti me saranang anyang buddho me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang natti me saranang anyang dhammo me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang natti me saranang anyang sangho me saranang varang etena sacca vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang sabbitiyo vivajjanto sapparogo vinassato mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava bhavatu sappa mangalang rakkantu sappa devata sabba buddhanubhavena satā sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te ආකාසට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්칸තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාසට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්칸තු දේශනං ආකාසට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu tvang sada idang vo nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang vo nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang vo nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo sabbe buddha balappatta paccekānaṁ ca yambalang arahantānaṁ ca tejena rakkhaṃ bandhāmi sappā so. May you all be well, happy and peaceful. Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone. See you. And for those who are a reminder of our Sinhalese Dhamma talk at 1 p.m. today in Eastern Time. So thank you and have a beautiful day, everyone.